the region.
Good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILECAST on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines tonight, 7 million shillings stolen from mobile money operator in Zombo district. Police take suspect to court over allegations of smuggling government drugs in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And citizens to be honored at the National Citizens Integrity Awards. This and more in the NILECAST News Bulletin. It's Wednesday, the 14th of June, 2023, and you're most welcome to the NILECAST on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Action Aid International, Anti-Corruption Coalition Uganda, Transparency International, Uganda Debt Network, Inspectorate of Government, Inspectorate of Ethics, Integrity, regional partners and the media are set to celebrate the African Anti-Corruption Day, where some citizens are to be honored at the National Citizens Integrity Awards. Dennis Seringi reports.
During the press conference organized by the Consortium of Civil Society Organizations working in Westnile at Westnile Regional Civil Society Network offices in Arua City, Tribes Feni, the Chief Executive Officer, Westnile Regional Civil Society Organization Network, says during the day, some citizens will be awarded for their outstanding contributions towards fight against corruption at the National Citizen Integrity Awards.
This award actually started way back, simply to recognize the people who are working in public sector, who are providing services for people selflessly, who stick to their ethics, who stick to code of conduct, who are doing work in a very patriotic way so that they serve the citizens of this country. And many times we normally focus so much on pointing out the wrong things that people do, ignoring the good things that people do. We think it is now right time we also begin focusing on rewarding those who are doing their best, so that we also tell them that we are observing them, we tell them that their efforts are not in vain.
Feni says that the award is not only 0 to the civil servants, the politicians shall as well be awarded if they will be nominated by the members of the public.
We shall have 4 categories in these awards. They will include frontline service providers, service obligations, management obligations, political obligations, the best performing local government. The vetting committee will rate nominees as scale of 1 to 5 on the criteria below. Now we are going to have these people, the 4 categories that I did mention. Someone can be a politician but is doing his work diligently. The politician we are meaning is you could be a X5 chairperson, you could be a mayor, you could be a councillor, you could be a member of parliament, but you are doing your work as prescribed in the laws. We are not talking about the party work you do, but we are talking about if you are in charge of certain constituents, will you do your work as stipulated in the laws of this country?
On the issue of vetting the nominees, scale of 1 to 5 based on act of integrity, consistency and sustainability and influence on society will be used according to Rehima Minala, the legal officer, FIDA Uganda.
The vetting committee will rate nominees on a scale of 1 to 5 based on the criteria below. First is specific act of integrity. This is rated at 20%. the nominee has demonstrated a specific act of integrity. This may be the recovery of a lost item, report of anomalies, standing up against corruption, or valuing time commitment for public service. It may also be individuals who always honor their word, fulfilling their commitment almost without failure, like reporting to work on time, especially in difficult situations like we know the rain and all that, but they make sure they are at work.
Those to be nominated should have demonstrated influence on society, especially in promoting integrity, anti-corruption, among others.
The nominee must consistently be recognized as distinctly exemplary and inspirational by peers and their community. The nominee must be engaged in public life, or the actions for which they are nominated should transcend personal interest or gain.
And environment, accord, audit firms, local journalists, Department of Ethics and Integrity, Inspectorate of Government, Transparency International Uganda, and Anti-Corruption Coalition Uganda. The award for 2016 and 2018 focused on Acholi and Teso sub-regions respectively, while the 2018 award was expanded to cover Bunyoro, Westnile, Acholi, Lango, Teso, and Sebei sub-regions, awarding individual, civic, and public servants as well as local governments.
The National Citizens Integrity Award is a prestigious recognition bestowed upon individuals who have demonstrated outstanding integrity, ethical conduct, and commitment to the betterment of society. This award honors individuals who exemplify the highest standards of honesty, transparency, and accountability in their personal and professional lives, making a positive impact on their communities and the nation as a whole. Dennis Oringi, Westnile TV, NILECAST.
And more in our stories for the evening. Police in Zombo district are investigating circumstances under which a group of people disguised as partners robbed a mobile money operator worth 7 million shillings opposite the Centenary Bank Paida branch. Alfred reports more.
Police in Zombo district are investigating circumstances under which a group of people disguised as pastors robbed a mobile money operator worth 7 million shillings opposite Centenary Bank by the town council. The incident happened on Tuesday 13th June 2023 as two men went to pray for the victim at her workplace and walked away with the money. Eyewitness, who preferred anonymity, told Westnile TV reporter that the victim was notified about the suspects but she paid deaf ears. Kermondo Santos, chairperson by the Mobile Money Operators Association, says conmen use many tricks to steal money from them. He added that upon receiving the information, he reported the matter to the Central Police Station for action. He further cautioned mobile money operators against handling transactions before money is given on the counter.
Namu usually the message, my message at the MP message to pay account. Don't kind of let me swallow send a camera to read it and send a camera when send my name to sitting the message the send it at the lending again or phone any matek after or temporary duty to go to town.
Another mobile money operator, Brenda Achero Mongo, narrates how she handles her customers to avoid such incidents to repeat itself to her business. Meanwhile, Zombo District Police Commander, Superintendent of Police Nelson Nahabwe says there is need for quick intervention to mitigate the rate at which conmen are stealing people in Zombo District. He added that upon receiving the information, the victim, identified as Comfort Anishan, 26 years, was handed over to police by her boss to help police to investigate the matter. Nahabwe urges mobile money operators and other businessmen and women to be vigilant of unknown faces in their surroundings.
Police Nelson, the DPC of Zombo. We have so far registered one case of defrauding. So this is a group of policemen who have come in our area, and normally they target mobile money operators and the cent bank operators. Like yesterday, there's one lady who was tricked. They first of all study your movement, study your situation. So at one point, when they identify maybe you have made a shortage or you have a domestic problem at home, they come to pretend as the pastors to pray for you. So in the process, they start now getting involved in how much you have made the loss maybe from the bank. So they disguise you that they are going to pray. In the process, they just try to feed you and they push you in an isolated area. So I hear there's something they put in your hand, like maybe a stone. Then all of a sudden it disappears within your body. So in the process of recovering, now they start saying, to remove that thing, you pay 300,000. If it does not come out, you add another 300,000. So we are cautioning our people here that they should be very vigilant to these people. Because they have such kind of people who are using that kind of trick, let them immediately give information to us so that we can track them and arrest them.
Reports from Zombo Police indicate that over 3 mobile money operators have been robbed by conmen since this month began. The previous cases were reported in Padea Town Council, War and Alangi respectively. No arrest has been made in connection to this matter. For Westnile TV, Alfred Jawoko, NILECAST.
And more in our stories for the evening. The Territorial Police of Ivy West Division, Arua City, have taken to court Titus Obika, male adult, age 40 years, Lukbara by tribe, border rider, resident of Arua Public Cell, Baza Ward, Central Division, Arua City, over allegations of smuggling Uganda government drugs to the Democratic Republic of Congo. The suspect was arrested by the police of the Democratic Republic of Congo and later handed over to the Odromochaku police post where the case file of smuggling government goods was open. The Westnile police spokesperson has more on the story.
It's true that the Territorial Police of Ivy West Division, Arua City, have taken to court a man who happens to be called Titus Omika, male adult, aged 40 years, Lukbara by tribe, border rider, resident of Arua Public Cell, Baza Ward, Central Division, Arua City, over allegation of smuggling Uganda government drugs. It so happened that on 17th April 2023, one Titus Omika was arrested by the police of Democratic Republic of Congo with a box of drugs which was containing a writing that the property of the government of Uganda. So when they cross-checked the items inside, they were discovered to be government drugs given to people which are not supposed to be sold out to the public. So after Congo police arresting him, he was handed over to police on the side of Uganda in Odromochaku police post on 5th May 2023. So on this day, upon arrival with the suspect at the Odromochaku police post, a case file of smuggling government drugs was opened and investigations started immediately. It was discovered that he had smuggled a big box of drugs which were of various types. And After compiling the case file, investigations were done, and later on the case file was taken to resident state attorney for perusal and legal advice, and accordingly the case file was sanctioned, and today, 14th June 2023, suspect Titus Omika was produced by police before Arua court to answer to the charge of smuggling government drugs. So as I speak right now, the suspect has been produced before Arua government, has been produced before Arua court, pending further management by the court. So for us police, we shall continue to ensure that when such cases are brought before us, we should investigate, we apprehend the suspects and produce them on the file before courts of law.
And to end our NILECAST for the evening, the Forum for Democratic Change anchorman Dr. Kizza Besigye announced that he will not be taking part in the future presidential elections 2026. Although he didn't run in 2021, it is widely expected that he would get back on the ballot in 2026 to help resurrect the fortunes of the party that lost its position as the largest opposition party to the National Unity Platform in 2021 elections. Speaking during a consultative meeting on the constitutional and electoral reforms held at Speak Resort Munyonyo last week, Besigye, however, dampened the hopes of many when he said he will not contest, saying that his decision is based on his distrust that the coming election will not be free and fair. And with that story, viewer, we've come to the end of the NILECAST on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the NILECAST to the end of the NILECAST, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Have a good evening.